Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Land of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse for the Sega Master System and Sega Game Gear. It did come out for the Game Gear in the United States and Europe, but only Europe got the Master System version, and that's the version that I'm playing for this Let's Play. So, this game came out a year after Castle of Illusion, and I believe this game came out before World of Illusion, which ended up on the Genesis and Mega Drive. Land of Illusion expands on what the 8-bit version of Castle of Illusion did. You still have the same controls, but instead of just doing things in a linear fashion, like Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, you have an overworld map, and you can go back to areas if need be to collect stuff. There is like some basic RPG-style backtracking elements to this game, where you can go back to places to find stuff once you have certain items, and every once in a while something can change too. And because of this, some people actually consider this to be the better game of the 8-bit games between Castle and Land. So, now that that's taken care of and over with and everything, it's time to save this land from the phantom that has taken the crystal from this village, and with it, the good protective magic that keeps the village safe. And as soon as you press button 1 or 2, you start the game. If you want, you can go back to the village, and you can talk to this villager who looks a lot like Daisy Duck. A good princess in the North Mountains can tell you how to get to the Phantom's castle in the clouds. If you press button 2, you can make the text scroll faster. I'm going to be doing that. So we know that we had to go to the good princess in the mountains to the north in order to find out where the Phantom is. Once we find out where the Phantom is, we can stop the Phantom. And to the west of the village is the forest stage. And just like in Castle of Illusion, you move left and right with left and right on the D-pad. Button 2 jumps. Button 1, while in midair, lets you do the butt bounce. Down ducks. And if you walk up to a block and keep walking into it, Mickey will grab it. Press button 1, you'll be able to grab it. Press 1 again to throw. And of course, you can jump into a vine and hold up or down to, well, grab onto the vine. There are spiders here. We're going to avoid them. That way you can land on the leaves that land in the web. That'll make it a little easier to get through here. There's really not much down there, by the way. And to avoid the wind, all you have to do is just climb all the way up the vine. And then once the wind passes, you can just jump off and to the right. Just press button 2 and hold right and you'll be able to get past it. We just found the chest. And by butt bouncing on the chest, by jumping and then holding button 1 to land on the chest butt first, we can open the chest. The slice of cake will replenish 1 of your hit points. You only start with 2, so you'll want to be careful. As for the heads-up display, you have your health at the lower left, followed by the amount of lives you have, your current score, and your time. If you get caught in the wind, you can hold up to grab onto a vine. Now this time, we actually want to get caught in the wind on purpose, because those brown things are actually spikes and we don't want to get caught on them. Be sure to hold up or down to grab onto the vine here, and then you can just jump off and then take care of the snake with a butt bounce. To enter a doorway, just get in front of it and press up, and there you go. And let me see if I can do this. Awesome. Inside is a coin. Coins, big coins are worth more than the small ones. And if you go in here, 1, you'll be able to fight a spider. Just wait for it to drop down before butt bouncing. And you can grab this barrel like you can a rock. This can be reusable and can be used as a platform. If you need health, you can get in the chest here. And trust me, if you get hit once you're in this point in the game, you're definitely going to need it. Sometimes fruit will drop down from here. Sometimes it'll be spikes. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to jump over both. And there's some health here too if you need it. You can go up from here, but you need a special item in order to do that, and that won't be until a little later. For now, let's continue to the right. The grass there will just disappear when you walk into it or move into it. And from here, we just want to jump over the fruit. If you butt bounce, you will slide down. You don't necessarily want to do that. And in order to continue, we just go up here, beat up the spider, grab the barrel, get back in here, and then just stay still and press button 1, the same button we used to grab the barrel in the first place, to just drop it down. If you're moving when you press button 1, you'll throw it. If you're not, you'll just set it down. Be sure to go over here in case you need a checkpoint, because, again, you only have 2 hit points at this point in the game. And this replenishes all your hit points. Kinda useless. Well, not exactly kinda useless, but a bit overkill if you have only 2 hit points. Anyway, we're at the snake. There's an apple to the left. You don't want to walk into the mouth because you will get eaten. Instead, throw the apple into the mouth, the snake will eat it, and you'll be able to go on to the end. Walk up to the key, pick it up like you would a rock or a chest. You can pick up chests and throw them as well. And by picking up the key, you'll be able to unlock the exit. Go up the exit door, press up, and you'll complete the level. You get a time bonus for how much time you have left. You do have a finite amount of time in order to get through a stage, so don't dilly-dally for long. Anyway, let us go further to the west to enter the lake stage. And from here, you want to be very careful. It can be easy to mess stuff up. Now, unlike the... well, I can't show it now. Unlike Castle of Illusion, you have an air meter. 7 units of air. If you hold up at the surface, you'll stay there, and if you press down on the surface, you'll be able to get back in the water. There's a chest down there, but it contains a slice of cake. We don't need it. We want to be able to, A, avoid the green balls here, and B, throw a rock at that fish to get rid of it. this chest also contains a slice of cake. We're not going to need it. Also avoid the spikes. That should go without saying. And I want to make sure that I hold up at the surface here so that way I can stay away from that fish. And I'm going to have to wait for the water to come down as it moves up and down in order to, well, break this. There we go. And now we need to go into this door. Let's trigger this. And as we go through here, if you hear the rush of what sounds like wind, that's actually a current. You want to be sure that you either stay on the surface or grab onto a vine to avoid being pushed way back. Now, I could go to the right, but I'd rather be safe than sorry because guess what? The current was going to rush at me. Wait for the bubbles from the current to disappear before you move on. And make sure you be safe near the door because even near the door you can still get got by the current. Stay to the left to avoid the fish. And be careful on the waterfall. Keep jumping to ensure that you don't get, or rather you don't fall into the bottom there. And now, we need to go down here to get this green ball to show up. The green ball has a key. Throw a rock at it, then pick up the key. From here, you can just climb up from here to reach the exit. And by pressing up, we can go to the Blacksmith's castle stage. This is definitely one place that we want to go to. And we need to outrun this flame so that way we don't get burnt. Be ready to throw the blocks that are in your way. And if you can get to that chest in time, you can get a big coin. I made that look a little easier than it actually was. Now here, we're going to have to wrap around just a little bit. I'm going to get the small coin. And apparently I can't seem to grab that and bring it to that chest. So I'm pretty sure that chest just contains like a coin or something. We don't really need what's in there. But there is a slice of cake in the water, in the chest in the water. There's a small coin in here. And if we know what we're doing, and we're used to the timing, we can get these little blocks out of our way real quickly. And we can also get to the slice of cake if we're fast enough. Here's a door, let's go in. Checkpoints. In case I haven't made it perfectly clear, any signs with an arrow on them, if you run through them, they'll turn purple. If you lose a life at any point, you'll return to the last sign with an arrow on it that you touched instead of the very beginning of the area. Now around here you do want to be careful. The lava will just damage you, but I still wouldn't want to fall into it. And there's going to be the occasional dragon that pops up to shoot a fireball. You want to be very careful here because that platform is not up for long. Thankfully, if you know the timing, you can definitely get on it and then get on your merry way. Now, I'm not going to find every hidden chest, but there is one here. It just contains a small coin. The matchstick enemies just move back and forth. Just hit them with a butt bounce, and you'll get rid of them. Now, jumping up here will get you a chest, and not much else. Inside is a big coin. And we might as well just go ahead and beat this guy up, just for the fun of it. Now, here's a spring. When the spring is down, be ready to press button 2, which is the jump button, to make that big jump. There's a flashing star over there. We could go to the left and just ignore this entirely, but I don't want to do that. we now have 1 extra star for our health meter. So we now take 3 hits instead of 2 before dying. You can only have up to 5 stars for your health, but there are 14 in the game, and you do need to collect all of them to complete the game 100%. And I'm going to show off where every single one of them is. So anyway, on the way to the left, you want to watch out for the potaboos, which are basically just tiny fireballs, as well as the occasional fire that will rise up to the platforms. The ones that rise up onto the surface of the platforms, you can easily wait for those to, yeah, like that. They're just fireballs that move into the underside of the platform, and then just the fire that remains travels upwards. You can just wait for that fire to dissipate before moving on. Pretty simple. And this is where we'll fight the boss. Thankfully, the boss is really simple if you know what you're doing. Grab a block, jump up, throw it at the dragon. Watch out for the fireballs that bounce around at 45-degree angles. You want to make sure that you throw a block at the head. 3 blocks ought to do that. I was hoping to stop the dragon before he reached the left side of the screen, but I was a little slow right there. And by beating the dragon boss, you'll save Clarence. We also have enough points for an extra life, apparently. Go us. I think this guy's name is Clarence. I've only seen him in a few Disney cartoons. The bad magic had me trapped in my own castle. Thanks for setting me free. Your path lies through a tiny cavern up ahead, but in order to enter it, you have to shrink in size. There's a shrinking potion in the castle ruins. Now that the fire in my castle is weakened, the water in the lake has risen. You should be able to find a passage to the ruins from the lake. Please accept this magic flute. Use it, and it will take you back to any place you have traveled before. So what the magic flute does is, if you go to a place that you've cleared in the past, yes, you can re-enter places in this game, and you pause the game, you can choose whether or not you want to use the magic flute. And I will show that in action. By using the magic flute, you can go back to the world map at any time from a place you've already cleared. And only from a place you've already cleared. I know it's been almost 20 minutes, but I'm going to get some length on this one. And he was not lying when he said that the water level rose in the lake. Now with the heightened lake levels, you can just skip all the way to the end. But we are going to go back to the undersea cabin that we went into the first time. Why would we possibly want to do that? Well, to show off 2 things. One, believe it or not, the currents that were here before that would push us back if we were unfortunate enough to get caught in them, they're gone. And 2, the water level has risen in here too, and we now have another power star. I should mention that there's 1 power star in each level of the game. There's 14 levels in all, which means 14 power stars. And to reiterate, I am going to get them all. Let's stick to the left, and instead of going all the way to the right, we can just go over here. Unfortunately, since we've already completed this level before, we don't get a time bonus. And that's it. Also, apparently, I believe we got our first point-based extra life at 20,000. Also, I might as well go ahead and show off the magic flute. Pause the game with the pause button on the Master System console, and the game will ask you if you want to use the magic flute in a very passive way. Of course the magic flute can be used. We've been here before. Just move the cursor to yes with the D-pad, press button 2, and you'll be able to go back to the world map screen in a flash. And with that, we have some more places to go, but that will have to wait until the next video. So join me next time where we explore more of the Land of Illusion. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!